in class, I'm just going over motion concepts just because we discussed it verbally. You've got your screen that your customer will be looking at when you're in the Wawa store. You got a left edge, a right edge, a top, and a bottom. Think about how things are coming in from each of the four sides. Are you going to be activating them in different orders? If you're going to have, let's make a quick little rectangle. Moment. Okay. If this is going to be coming onto the screen from the top, I'll keyframe the position. Like that. Maybe the next element you want coming in should come in from the bottom. And will be over here, or will be overlapping and intersecting, casting shadows. That's all up to you as the designer. Change the color of that. And where and when it's coming in. So that's part of the animation hierarchy. What's coming in, and see, now I got to work backwards because I have two keyframes that are the exact same. So I'm going to go back one, then move this off the screen. So the hierarchy of this is the one on top's coming in, complemented by the one on the bottom coming up. Then maybe I'll have some sarcastic text come in off of the left side, like such. And we'll have it come in right about, it's not just where it's coming in, but when it's coming in and what order it is coming in. That is part of the hierarchy of information. Like such. And then I'll have this top one come down a bit. So now I'll put the type below it. Look at that, some extra depth to the shot. The shapes are interacting with one another. Just briefly. I'll have this one come out a little bit more. Nope, wrong layer. Ha. Now just have this end up right here. Like such. That's the hierarchy of animation. Also think about your visual hierarchy of information, like what you're conveying to the customer, and when that's coming in. When you're designing your ad for the in-store use, start at the end. Like, I want everything to be laid out like such. I will put a ellipse like that, and then have this end up. Where's my ellipse? Okay. Hit the U key so I can see all my keyframes. There we go. Put you on the bottom. Let's select all these keyframes, move them all up like that. Oop. There we go. Since I'm on the one keyframe, see how I did that? I was hovered over the one keyframe and I moved them all up. Now, if I was over here when I did it, it's going to create a new keyframe. That's not the effect I wanted. That's why I was on a keyframe when I moved all of them up uniformly. So if this is where I want, then you start working backwards and figure out where you want everything to come in. Maybe this star right here. I'm not going to answer that. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. So maybe the star then needs to end up right. Is that on top? Yeah, I'll put it right here. Change the color because now I've got that other pink going on. Like such. So this is going to be coming in slower, so I'll have it come a little earlier to complement that first shape, like such. And then maybe we all end it with a quick glow on the type. There we go. Okay, so change all these to 0. I'll go forward in time about 1 second. And I will change the radius and the intensity. And then animate the glow off. Change all those back to 0. Bear in mind, like I said a few weeks ago, when you're working with light effects, you're going to want to change your bits per channel. I'm going to save first. Bits per channel are right down here next to the new composition, 8 BPC. So watch what happens to that glow. You hit Option as you're clicking it. I'm going from 8-bit to 16-bit to 32-bit. Now you can see the glow. See the difference? Just by changing your bits per channel. So now you really see the glow animate on and then animate off. That's just a little bit about thinking about how things enter the screen, the order they enter the screen, and the importance of what is on the screen and the order it's coming in. So your most important information, like the sale that's going on. Oh, it's National Coffee Day, free coffee. That should be pretty big and dominant, and think about when you want that to come in and make sure your viewer has enough time to read everything. Also think about the concepts we discussed, squash and stretch, overshoot. Do you want to use text effects like for wow impressive? Do I want that to use a preset animation instead of animating the type? Remember, your presets are right here in animation presets, text. And there's hundreds of them to go through. 3D, animate in, animate out, organic, mechanical. You could do that. You could do trim pads. You could pick a certain thing, like say the key thing you want to emphasize is the word free. You could always use, as we did before, let me select all. Hide my keyframes, deselect all. Say the word free, you want to animate in the word free independently. So, like I said, you would use 3 different rectangles for the letter F. 1, 2, 3. Think about where their anchor points are if that's how you're going to animate it in. This anchor point is all the way over here. As I said, always move your anchor point before you start animating. I put this at the top center, so if I animate at scale, it's going to animate straight down, like such. I'll just go forward 12 frames, half a second. Like that. See, now the shape's coming in like that. And obviously, you're going to change your keyframe interpolation. Remember, you select the keyframes you want to change, 1 or more, highlight them, hover over it, right-click. This is where you get your easy ease, easy in, out. Easy ease in or out is just for selecting 1 frame. Now remember, if I want to change this first one, it's ease out of the first frame, ease in to the last frame. Or you select them both, easy ease them. You could use toggle hold to get to toggle hold. That is, hover right over it. It's outside of there. Once you've got your, let's say I ease into this. Don't forget about your speed graph and how you want to change that. Do I want it to be much slower ease in? So now the speed is going up fast out of the first frame and then very slowly coming into the second one. So that animation now looks like a much slower, more gradual resolution to the end. Always think about that with each item you're animating in. It's keyframe interpolation and your influence on the speed in the graph. And always remember, when you're in the speed graph, grab the yellow ball handle right here not the square right there, because you'll change the property that you're animating, not the speed. Make sure you hold down shift as well, or else you'll start moving the item up or down in its value, not its speed. So remember, grab the yellow ball handle and hold down shift as you drag it to get a much smoother animation. And again, I can be reached by email if you have any questions or concerns about the project. It's not due this week, it's due next week, week 7. So we've got lots of time in class to get out all the ideas in your head and get your animations to work the way that you want them to.